So let's talk about the email, 10 times, 100 times more powerful. Go and start network. I want the keyword to be.
Instead of asking for a trial, just ask if you could go train, and then if you're good enough, when you're good enough and you have a good impact on the group, they're going to be the ones offering you something. So I feel what I've experienced when traveling and doing this when I was younger as well is when you ask for a trial, the club starts to get a bit stressed. Oh, does this guy have a European passport? How much are we going to have to pay him? Accommodation, transportation, does he know the language? And if you just go in and you provide them and you say, let me just come train, I'm already on the ground. And then you're there, you prove yourself, and it just takes a lot off of the club. And you're not, in a sense, a burden to the club. That's what I've noticed, has worked for a lot of players to get their foot in the door. And I think what you said as well is you just wanted to get your foot in the door and kind of use it as a springboard. So what would your advice be to youngsters? I mean, you gave it all to us, but in terms of the approach when emailing clubs or calling clubs, what would you say? How would you kind of craft that email?
Yeah, just to add to what you said, I think that's an excellent way of going about it. And I've actually made that transition about when I went to Spain like 2 years ago. That's when every message actually was more so, can I just come out to a training session? Opposed to can I get a trial, because it's a lot more natural and it's a lot less stressful for the club to take you up. So at the time in 2018, I did ask for a trial specifically, but nowadays I would actually recommend asking for a training session. And okay, so let's talk about the email. My template is, again, you have to craft it differently depending on the region and the club, but it's something along the lines of, hello, coach, whoever you're talking to. My name is Sohail Var. I am a 24-year-old right back currently playing at this team in this division. I am currently looking to advance my career in Europe, and I believe I can be a positive addition to your squad for next season. I am currently in the city. Am I able to come out for a training session? Again, you got to tweak it a bit, but something along those lines where you're not necessarily asking, but it's coming more so of you provide value to them. Like the whole, I believe I can be an asset to you guys. I believe I can help you guys out. And all you're asking for is a training session. So they don't have much to lose at that point. And that template, I would actually also take into phone calls and in-person networking, which is currently actually what I prefer doing more than sending out emails. It's been a while I've sent out emails because I've noticed the in-person, which we've talked about, is so much more valuable. Actually being in person, once the coach, once the player, once the sporting director, they get to see a face, they get to see your energy. I've noticed that to be huge. Like the energy, the ambition of you wanting to be there, that is 10 times, 100 times more powerful than emails.
What's going on? Sorry to interrupt this video. I'm interrupting my quick bicep pump as well, but many of you reach out to me for help. You want a professional opportunity and you want to work with me one-on-one. I can do both. I can get you a professional opportunity. You can work with me one-on-one to get in the best shape of your life, and I could also help you earn some extra cash. What if you could do all three? Get into the best shape of your life, get a professional opportunity, and get a remote job where you can work from anywhere. If you want to do that, hit the link below, fill out the form, make sure you are ready to invest in yourself, and I'll see you there, and I look forward to a nice phone call, a free phone call with you. Make sure to go down the link below, fill out the form, tell me you can invest in your development, and we'll hop on a quick call. See you there.
So similar format of approach. You always want to come from a place of how can you provide value to them, but definitely tap into two things. One, phone calls, and in Europe and a lot of different places around the world other than like Canada and USA, WhatsApp is a platform that a lot of people in the football industry use. So tap into WhatsApp and then also get yourself on ground and speak to players. I think it's very undervalued. I think we're just looking at coaches and staff members, and they do make the final decisions, but players who are already on the team, they can often give you an email, they can give you a phone number, they can put in a word for you, they can get you out to a training session. And going back to my first trip over, that's actually what happened. The first club didn't work out, but I made a connection with 2 of the players at that team I was at, and they got me my next trial or my next training session the following week. And I kept doing that, and being in person and talking with players was super valuable for me. So anyone listening to this right now, even if you're a youth player, when you go out to tournaments, right, there's so many different teams. Go and start networking with other players. Go and get their social media, go and get their number, go talk to coaches, because the in-person networking, majority of players are not doing it. So if you do it, your network's going to become stronger a lot faster, and the better of a network you have, the better opportunities you're going to get.
Yeah, that's so well said, and I'm so glad you added the players in there as well, because, you know, coaches will generally ask the player, you know, what did you think of this guy? What was the vibe? Because they can't, generally they're paying a lot of attention to the training session. So that's if you do come to the tryout and your friend, your buddy does help you get in there. But also what I want to add to what Sohail said is networking's a really big term nowadays in whatever you do, whether it's football or whether it's business. And I think Sohail said something that I want to clarify is make sure you're adding value. You know, if don't just go up and look for something, make sure you're bringing value to them as well. And then don't just look to have them in your network, have them be a connection. Be yourself, be real. Don't put on any fake persona, and just be a good person. And if you're doing a training session with them and you meet them in training, people are going to notice. You know, if you go on trial, and I'm sure that's what happened with you go on trial to a club and you're there 30 minutes early, you're doing your activation, you're doing the warm-up, you're positive during the session, you do your best to have the best session you can. Afterwards, you do your stretching, and then you just smile. You create that good vibe like Sohail was talking about. You create a good aura. People could feel that. People could feel your energy. And when they want to be around you, people are going to want to help you, especially if you're a foreigner in a different country. So, yeah, I think that's very valuable. And I think one of the biggest things is just making sure that network is a friendship. It's not just, you're not just using them for a connection. You actually build a relationship and a friendship with the person.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. It's also, like you said, building that relationship. So you have to maintain relationships. And that's why I often try to, whatever connections I currently have, every couple weeks, every couple of months, just try and stay in touch with them, check in with them, see how they're doing, because you never know when somebody else is in a position where they can help you, and you never know when you're in a position where you can help them. So as long as you're providing value to somebody, there's gonna be a time where they can then do something for you. And it's not about me doing something for you and you doing something for me, but it's growing together. And the best way to grow together is to keep supporting each other, like stay in contact with the connections you have, and down the line, like you never know what could happen. You never know what position somebody could be in. So yeah, I definitely agree with the maintaining relationships.
For sure. And I want to add to that, actually, that just brought up a really good point. You know, a practical tip, in order to connect with people, and people always say, how do you stay connected? For me, one of the best things is holidays, New Year's, birthdays, reconnecting and just saying Happy New Year. Hope you have a great New Year. Or I saw you sign that contract there. Congratulations. I saw you guys just won that league. Congratulations. And I remember you always did that, man, because not a lot of my buddies do that. And I always was one to do that as well. So I wanted to say, well done on that. And it stuck. Like, I didn't remember it right away, but once we brought it up, I remember, and it stays in the subconscious. You're like, so he'll always, says, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. So that's something for people to keep in mind. Yeah.
No, I 100% agree. And the thing I just want to stress again, the importance of being proactive with that network. I think as a young kid, because I'm trying to put myself to like 14, 16, 18. And when you're a young kid, like you're so scared to go and talk to somebody. Like you're so scared. Even when I went to showcases, tournaments, like I was a shy kid. I would never go talk to somebody. But I promise you, I promise you, it's never as bad as it seems. It's actually quite the opposite. It's when you go and like take that first step out of your comfort zone and you go and introduce yourself to somebody, the feeling you get after, you're so happy that you made that connection. Like, forget the whole how can we help each other out. Is just making the connection.
Yes.
Growing a football friend, growing a football connection. It's so powerful, and it's something I wish I did earlier. I've only taken it seriously in the last 2 to 3 years. But if any like a younger person's listening to this right now, I want the key word to be proactive. Like, you have to go out there and do it, because if you don't, it's not going to happen. So that's something I wish I did earlier, is be proactive with my networking.
Homie, thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. I know I got a nice bicep pump going on. Don't forget what I said at the middle of the video. If you want to get a professional opportunity inside a professional team for at least 10 to 14 days, working with the team, seeing the culture, and getting into the best shape of your life with me, as well as making additional income, getting a remote job so you can work from anywhere. Once again, that's getting a professional opportunity, working with me one-on-one, and making extra cash so you can work from anywhere, no matter where you are in the world. If you want to do that and you want to work with me one-on-one, be mentored by me to make sure you succeed, fill out the link below. Make sure you tell us you're ready to invest, because you have to invest to reach your ultimate potential. Then I'll show you my schedule. We'll hop on a free 45-minute call and see if you're the right fit to work with us. Don't forget to go to the link below, fill that out, and I hope to see you there. And make sure you like this video and subscribe. Deuces.